Hey, what's going on? It's Carl here in the house. Look, today was a very, very interesting day for me. We're going to be talking about information technology. So, very early on when I was in college, actually probably towards the end of my college, in one of the classes that I was taking, I think we were talking about information. And inside this class, it was business. What was it? Business analytics. It was some type of data information, big data. We started talking about big data and how to handle big data. And I remember thinking to myself, this stuff really interests me, especially since the fact that computers are going to be the future. Right now, we are having an interesting revolution with the fact that robots are coming out and the fact that security, people are being hacked all the time. There's a lot of fear, especially for these huge companies. It almost feels like it's being democratized. And so I managed to land a really good job in information technology, which has allowed me to explore different avenues. And since I've had my job, I've learned a lot about myself, and I've looked at my career a lot differently. Yeah, I have a bachelor's degree in marketing. Yeah, that's great and everything. But when you look at the jobs, when you look at the job market and what's in demand right now, I see that it's more than that. You know, you see that you need to get certified and you need to have experience. And a lot of these companies are looking for very specific kinds of people. And I pretty much am approaching this now as a long-term career. Being mindful that it's going to take time. Things take time to learn. And I'm just thankful that I have a job that I'm around a lot of really smart people who have a lot of interest and a lot of skills and experience around the industry of information technology. And as a side note, when I was going to college for marketing, I remember I had a job working in events as an event coordinator, and during that job I was setting up ballrooms and stuff like that. It was more of a physical labor job, but then I noticed that we had an information technology department as well, and that piqued my interest, but I didn't feel like I was qualified or anything like that to get in. But now years later, I'm starting to figure out what I like and what I don't like. Right? There's different jobs. You kind of have to figure out what you like and don't like. And I know it'll change because I used to be in supply chain, and I thought that's what I wanted to do. And I have a lot of experience with it. But I really feel like the future is robots. Right? That's what's going on right now. Robotics is going to be huge, and being able to service the robots like cars almost. And eventually they're going to be smarter than us. So now we're talking about them thinking more about themselves, because they're going to be getting smarter. And if you can't understand them or fix them, you're kind of lost. At first, yeah, it's going to be cool. They're going to be serving us. They're going to be, they're going to be handling our daily tasks, the things that we don't want to do. But however, here's the other side of the coin. At some point, they're going to get so good that they may not even need us. And this is opening up a whole new can of worms. But for my sake, and maybe your sake, it's important to understand computers. And I know this is not for everybody. Like if you've been following my podcast for a length of period of time, you know without a doubt that I'm more of a music guy. Like I make music and I create websites and stuff like that. But for me, when I think about IT, pursuing a career in IT, I think about the quality of life. I've been on my own for so long, trying to make a few bucks here and there from my music, from all these different Shopify stores, from creating an online university. There's just been so many different things I've tried, and nothing really compares to working for a good company. Yeah, you may work 40 plus hours a week, but man, you get paid a lot. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's just a different quality of life. And for me, what really inspires me, it's not that I have more certifications or anything like that. It's pushing myself, becoming more desirable to hiring managers. And so what do you do? How do you look at it and stay inspired? Because it's not going to be easy when you're studying for exams. It's not going to be easy by any means. And so I look at it about saving the world, for example. Like if I can stop some security threat, if I can stop somebody, if I can be the good guy or whatever, or if I can just protect myself in case robots get too smart. I don't know. Hey, I don't know. To me, that's really important. And but also the stuff interests me. I want to do good in the world. I want people to remember me as the guy who made humanity's life easier, more fulfilling. And whatever I can do to bring more happy and hope to people, that matters to me. And by exploring a career in this field, just working, what I do now is I help a lot of people with their computers. And it's really important to me. I never really knew that this kind of stuff existed, this kind of field of line of work. But the deeper I get into it, the more I see why people go to those cyber conferences in Vegas and stuff. I used to drive by them when I was younger. And now I see why people are going to it. It's a hot field. Everybody wants to get in, and there's a lot of money, and it's really interesting to me, and that's what I want to do. So, is pursuing a career in information technology for you? It may or may not, but I'll leave you with this. There's a guy named Mark Cuban who owns the Dallas Mavericks, if I'm not mistaken, and he says that it's really important to understand these different types of machine learning, different types of artificial intelligence concepts. It's not just about building websites anymore. These things are powerful. They're learning, like Amazon Alexa, Google Home. Like if you have any kind of certification in that area, you're able to build upon an already existing infrastructure. There's just so much to it, and there's different ways to go, and it just really fascinates me. You never stop learning. Just because you're out of college or whatever, I don't stop learning. Once you stop growing, life doesn't become as fulfilling anymore. For me, going out there and just achieving, getting all done, there's always going to be naysayers. Like for a while, people were telling me not to go to college. But now that I look back, I'm like, damn, there's a lot of jobs that are actually requiring a 4-year degree. Sometimes it's not always the exact degree that you need to get. For example, I don't need a master's in engineering or whatever, but sometimes they require that. But what I'm starting to realize is that the more that you can get specific about where you're going, the more they like that, and then you can always go back to college and figure out, okay, well, maybe I just need a master's now to put the icing on the cake, a master's in business or whatever, because that's what I want to do. Eventually, I want to get a master's in business, and so that will kind of make me more desirable. But ultimately, I love overall higher level thinking in terms of leading at an executive level, because I have a lot of leadership experience, and I truly do want to help and be in charge, a director someday, in charge of a team. And then ultimately, if I have time, I want to be working as an entrepreneur, creating different softwares or something like that. Who knows? Making people's lives easier. So that's kind of my little spiel about going into IT career. I'm really excited. I think it's awesome, and I just love this quality of life, going from hotel to hotel, for example, to conferences, for companies paying for my training. And I like working for big companies. So that's going to be the end of this podcast. Thank you so much, guys. I've been so busy lately. Man, I don't have any time. I got to start making time. So, but I'm just really grateful, and I thank you so much for listening to this podcast. I'm going to keep doing this every single day, because that's what we do. We build that following. We give value. I hope wherever you're at in life, may great things come your way. Don't ever stop believing in yourself. Keep learning. Find what makes you happy. The great Warren Buffett said that. Find something that really just turns you on in life, and I wish the very best for you. Thank you guys so much for listening to this podcast. I'll see you next time.